Hello everyone. Welcome back to the felon's health readings. This one's for Wednesday, October 29th. Right there. Uh-oh. Mine ain't good. Okay. 9 of Swords, upright. Anxiety, fear. When it comes to health, obsessive compulsive disorders, headaches, maybe a migraine, maybe some hot flashes. Maybe he is going to fall down some steps. His big challenge, coming in doubly challenged because it came through reversed, the Ace of Swords, is his mental confusion when it comes to health. Memory loss, can't focus. Maybe he's going to try and do something with his Sharpie pen. Anyway, sometimes with health, this card is surgery. So is he having to have something done midair on his plane where, his doctors are right there? Oh, yeah. And then also, wonder if he's getting any flack. He's got to be getting flack for him saying that he had a perfect MRI and you can even talk to the doctors. No, I don't know. You can talk to the doctors. Right. Dude, you didn't disclose that a while back. So what's really going on? Why'd you need that MRI? Something with the brain? Something with the heart? Everything gets leaked, right? Remember the whistleblower cards we've had? Okay, first thing in the morning, he's got the Knight of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. He's missing that. He's missing that that flow of blow that Don Jr. usually brings him. He's not getting the good stuff. When it comes to health with the Knight of Cups, it's not reversed, but this is our card that has to do with, it's a moon in Scorpio, so everything below the belt. Because Scorpio, moon, both, water, right? So I'm thinking that lymphatic issues, and most of all, just, these addictions that he has. Also, maybe he is being rejected and pushed out from some meetings that he wanted to, to have. I don't know. When it comes to health with the 5 of Pentacles, it's another card of mental fog, mental problems, mental stress, and a lot of instability. Maybe he's picked up something. He's got a bit of a head cold. Well, yeah, snort something. You'll clear it right out, dude. You know how to do it. I would love it if, well, it's not reversed, so I can't really say it. But if it were reversed, I'd say, hey, maybe some laryngitis. And boy, wouldn't that be nice? That'd be nice for us. We couldn't hear his voice for a while. So, but anyway, because it's straight up, and if I were to get a little bit to get completely out of the health, and maybe two things are true at the same time, offers that he's bringing in or other people are bringing to him, leave him rejected, leave him in financial loss, or, isolated from whoever's bringing the offer. But what is he doing? Tariffs are so stupid. I don't know if maybe there's a good part of tariffs if things are really messed up, but so he's filling the coffers of, is it the government, or does he have a slush fund the money's going into? Who has control over that $350 million in donations for the ballroom? That's a reading I need to do. But this tariff money, so if our economy stays good, or it looks like it stays good because there's lots of money flow, that's because it's coming off of our backs. That's because we're paying those taxes, tariffs, right? Because it only makes sense to me. Now, I haven't raised my prices in years, but usually, no matter what, they'll raise, there's that, 4% cost of living increase. But because of the tariffs, a lot of companies just opted right away to start raising the prices of everything just because they could, because they're greedy. And it gets passed on to the consumer, right? Okay, I'll get off my soapbox here. The Hermit, Midday, the Hermit, and the Six of Swords. So I'll have to stick with the health, but again, isolated and wanting to get he wants to get away. He's not doing well. This is not going well for him. And he's supposed to be back at the White House Thursday night to do like a Halloween something and Melania is supposed to be there. But Melania hasn't been with him on this trip. I hope you guys have noticed that. So, but anyway, with the Hermit, when it comes to health, because it's ruled by Virgo, it's his digestion and his intestines. So he's, it's not reversed today, so I can't say he's had an acute issue, but we know that I keep getting those diverticulitis cards, and I think that he's had problems digesting. And I don't care if it's even just a road trip for me, which I haven't been on in years, but a couple years. But anyway, it's like you don't, when you're traveling, your digestion is off. I think just about anybody's would be. But because of his diet, I could imagine his is really off. So that's what's going on health-wise. Midday. Maybe he just really wants to get home to get his regular size Crackdonald's, right? So, and Six of Swords when it comes to health and upright, well, it's just usually something to do with alternative medicine, because we're in the realm of looking Mercury and getting finding alternative things. So maybe he's gotten some guidance from somebody he's hooked up with over there with like Chinese medicine or from the Asian cultures. He's maybe there's that possibility. Anyway, let's keep going. So in the evening, Five of Swords reversed and the Tower. Wow. With the Five of Swords reversed, is he worried about his own funeral? I would think so. This is a card of moving on, right? Having to move on. Also compromising. So Taco, right? The tariffs didn't work. When it comes to health, though, it's just like some health gimmicks and some reclusiveness, unless it's a funeral. But yeah, I guess when the time comes, he will attend his own funeral. He just won't be gone. I don't know. Maybe he'll see. Well, no, I think he'll be trapped in a hell realm, is what I think. But anyway, the Tower, of course. Maybe he really is just wanting to get away from all the talk about the MRI, because this card is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus would be that kind of imaging, and maybe that's why. So is this the third or the fourth day I've gotten the Tower card somewhere? I lost count. Might only be the third, but whatever. It's here. This is our card of when it comes to health. I'll just stick with the health meanings. The nervous system is totally out of kilter. It's moving too quickly. So nervous system challenges, circulatory issues, off with the head. The head's not working well, right? His brain's not working well. It's a card of high blood pressure, infections, fevers, maybe even outright shock. Shock that, oh yeah, I guess I'm not doing so well, because maybe the MRI gave him some really bad news, because we had those cards earlier in the week, or last week over the weekend. I forget. Anywho, middle of the night, we've got the Page of Wands there, and the 8. See, again, we've got 2 travel cards here. I'm wondering if he's thinking of leaving early, or maybe Xi Jinping is meeting him early, or maybe I'm just really screwed up with the timing because he's in a different time zone. That's possible. But anyway, I'll just give you the meanings of the cards. The Page of Wands is a card that can have to do with the spine and the heart, and incontinence, and a fever. So we've got a couple of fever cards going on here. Same thing with the 8 of Wands. It moves energy quickly up to the head, gets things going, and down on the ground. Like this is for somebody into archery. You could imagine that focus, right? Like that. But when it comes to health, I don't know. Headaches. It's a lot of energy going up in the brain. I'm focusing on the Mercury and Sag. Hot, coming in hot and fast, that kind of thing. Sometimes, now it's not reversed, so I can't say that he's having breathing problems, but that's, usually my card for, one of my cards for that. Yeah, and it falls if it were reversed, but it's not, so I'm just going to stop with that one. I'm just going to say possibly a headache, or breathing issues maybe a little bit. I'm thinking more of a headache, though, actually. He's such an idiot. I mean, I'm seeing other things there that I'm not going to say out loud. I'm just going to put my... Don't even go there. Don't go there. Okay. Wheel of Fortune reverse. So for all day, Wheel of Fortune reverse. Ooh, and the Queen of Wands reversed. Okay. So he is stuck in that negative cycle of he's out of control now. He's made so many bad choices. And this is not only in regards to his health, but of course all of his relationships. I'm pretty sure Xi Jinping is flipping him the double bird, and many others too. I mean, he's going to have some fun a little bit, but whatever. Maybe he's been rejected by Little Rocket Man. He doesn't. I don't think he has time to do that anyway, and it just looks like he's going home. But anywho. Wheel of Fortune, reversed, because it's ruled by Jupiter, so we're in the area of liver, but when it's reversed, it's toxic liver problems, and gout, and high blood pressure, a lot of hormonal imbalances, and he's stuck in that. And the Queen of Wands, reversed, this is, again, you're like... Why do I look so awful every time I look in the mirror? But that's what I would say for me. But with him, because this is a woman's card, I'm thinking this is somebody who is supposed to be helping him, but instead she could be judging him harshly because of the ankles, and she could be or could be a woman seducing him. But I really feel like maybe we could just see it as him with a lack of self-confidence, and he is worried about those photos that they take of his ankles, right? I mean, that makes sense to me. The only other way I could look at this is maybe he's talking to Kristi Noem, and, because he probably does that on a daily basis, I would imagine. So anyway, that's all I have. But I feel like he's lost his self-confidence, and there's rejection, and we can see all the reasons why. And just keep this in mind. A narcissist, a malignant narcissist, a born psychopath, and a lot of people say psychopaths aren't born. Oh, really? They're reincarnated. So yes, they're born. You know, right into that family that will screw them up again, and we'll see if they do the work to get to heal themselves. But anyway, bottom line, psychopaths, malignant narcissists, hate being rejected, and they hate not being in control, and they hate not getting what they want. So, and you know, we know he's an attention whore. So if he's not getting the attention that he wants, it's just going to drive the bile up in the liver. You know, the liver secretes bile. So you just think of like what his guts are, and we know he's rotting from the inside out. But if he doesn't get the attention from the ladies, or he can't get a hold of Christy Nome, or whatever's going on, all of that creates major stress for the psychopath. So just keep remembering that. No matter what comes through in the cards, hands down, we know that. Okay, take good care. Bye.